Hello everyone and welcome to another fretboard diagram video. I am going to be talking about the pattern of CAGED, the chord C-A-G-E-D, and I've done another video on that, but this time I'm going to delve into the minor for each one. I'm going to use scale degrees to build these. So if we start here on the C, which is generally recognized as the first pattern of CAGED, in order to get to our next note, we have to build a major third on top of the 1, and that would be where it is right here. And then from the second note, which is the major third, the 5th is a minor third away from there, so minor third would look like this. Let me get rid of this note here. So we have a major third that is 1 fret back on the next string, so if that's a major third, then a minor third would be 2 frets back on the next string, which is here. And then we can also recognize that from 5 back to the 1 is a perfect 4th, which ordinarily looks like that. On the B string it looks like this. You can also recognize that we have our octave pattern right here, and then our octave pattern right here, or our 1 to 3. It's important to recognize all of the intervals that we're seeing. One interval that gets overlooked a lot in a major chord is the 5 to the 3, which is a minor 6th. 5 back to the 3 above it is a minor 6th. And then if we're going to finish out the position here, we have an octave from the 5, or a minor third on a single string. In this version of CAGED 2, we're gonna look at the whole pattern. Now, in a lot of these cases, it's not possible to play all these notes as a chord, but we may use partial areas of it, or we may do arpeggios or sweeps or something like that. In any case, these are all the 1, 3, 5s in this position that make up the C section, the section that looks like C. In this case, this is C. When this gets moved down to, for instance, here on G, this becomes, because now the 1 is on the G note, this whole pattern is movable, which is the essence of what CAGED is. So now we can take this pattern and we're going to move it to, we're going to start on A, and the connecting point for when we do the A in CAGED is this root note on the A string, except this time we are now going downwards to a new position. So we're shifting positions, and so then the 5 would be right here. Our 3 is still going to be right here. It's kind of out of position. I'll save that for after. But then after 5, here's the octave of 1, or the 4th away from 5, and then 1 to 3, but the B string brings it here, and then 3 to 5, which is a minor third, which would be right here, and we have our A pattern. The 5 would also be right over there because it's behind the 1, just as it is right here. And then if we were kind of, for an arpeggio's sake, we can add the 3 here because we had to skip over it this way. It would also be right here. You see the major third on a single string in the minor third right there, depending on how you were playing it, may be more useful in this position or the other position, but now we have 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, all in order. So this is the C, this is the A, and then the connecting point to get to the next. And the reason why we call this A, if you haven't seen any of this before, is because if we shift this all back, we see that this looks like now an A chord. And that's why we're calling it A, because it's really a C, but it looks like the shape of A in the first position. So now, move this all over here, and then after C and A in the word caged comes G. So now we're trying to build a G. Well, this is recognizable from G because those three notes are often open strings in G. So, pardon me. Now, when we're in G, we can find our octave right here, but it's got to jump up because it's crossing over the B string. And then, since that's there, that's right. The 1 is also right here. And if I just build my major third here, that automatically puts a minor third right here, the 4th, or the octave from the 1 to my 3. The only thing I'm missing now is a 5 from the octave from the 5, or a minor third away from the 3 on a single string. Now we've got 1, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. Again, when we have two notes on one string, that means that you might play it in a melodic sequence, an arpeggio, or partial chords, or just options for it. This is a tough chord to play as a full bar chord anyway, even without that note. Some people do it. It's not commonly used. It's more a lot of times used in partial, but it's good to look at the whole pattern there. Okay, so now we have C, A, G. Now we're at E in the word caged, and these notes are where we are going to go next. And so we're building what looks like an E. What does E look like? It would look like this: 1, 5. We're building the 5th first because that's what E looks like, and then the 1 again, and then we need a 3, 1 to 3 right here. And that's what E looks like. We're going 1, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1. Again, just like the A chord, we can bring this one in, or it could be down here. Probably better right here, because when we do it in the form of the open string, that's it would be impossible to have this note right here because it would be off the fretboard. So now the connecting point to the final chord D is this root note right here, the shape of the D. Everything so far has been in C. And we're going to build our 5th right here, back to our 1. Normally 5, 1 looks like this. This is the B string, of course, so it looks like that. And then build a major third on the top of it right here. Look at that, we have a D. Well, if we want to finish this, got our 5 behind us, and our 3rd behind that. Since D is so based on the D string, we've got a couple notes behind us. And similarly, we would have a major third right here, which is, once again, just completing the pattern. So these are the 5 complete 1, 1, 3, 5 shapes that go across the whole fingerboard. If we were to combine them, you'd see it all over the neck. So now let's take these patterns up to their open position. That's why I like using intervals, because now when I shift it, they are not the wrong notes. They are still the right notes if we're just rooting it off that. This would have to be here. That's what I was mentioning with that other chord. If we're going to use this form in open, we can't get lower than the open string, so that note wouldn't be available to us. And then we'll take the G here, and we will take the E, and once again the D. Oops, sorry about that. Bring these up here. And so now we're going to take these and turn them all into minor chords. A lot of times the minors get overlooked or we don't see them in this form of CAGED, but the minor chord, just like any chord, is going to present itself all over the fretboard, and really we have the opportunity to learn the minors in the same CAGED way. So for this one though, I'm going to start on A, and basically anywhere there's a 3, I'm going to eliminate it and put the flat third in there. So now we have what looks like the A minor. If I eliminate these, you'll see it. That's the A minor chord. Finishing the pattern, I'm just going to leave the 5, the lower 5, and the flat 3 above it. So that's A. I'm going to skip over here to the E minor. And we see now E minor. That one's easy. Very close to the look of the major. And there's our flat 3 once again. And then, pardon me, the next one is the D. Just simply put the flat third in there, eliminate the 3, and got a lot of 3s in this one. Oops. Deleted the one I just added, meant to delete this one. And then here as well. A lot of times the D pattern we just play like this. The D minor, that is. We'll add these for the sake of having the whole pattern. Now, the G and the C are not as commonly used. So, but there are open versions of these chords. Not easy to play, but they still exist. So when we take this one out and this one, these 3s right here, we have, there's still an open string involved. 1, flat 3, 5, 1 forms the minor. And you see this pattern here looks just like this. So it's kind of overlapping with the D, but it is a little bit different of a position. So we have 5, 1, flat 3, 5, 1. The only other place we can get the flat 3 would be right here, just to complete the whole thing. So that's our C shape, which next goes to the A minor. And if we were to take that in C now, it will look like this. And we see we have all the same notes there. So for G, this is another one like C that's not commonly used as a minor, but if we take the flat third, put it there, we got 1, flat 3, 5, 1. The only way we're going to get the flat 3 here is to do it right here. Eliminate this note. 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3, 5, 1. So we've got these 3 right here. Now I'm going to move this down to C as well. be right here. You can see we have the same notes, and then these see right there, and this one to here, and this is our C, A minor, G, E, and D patterns for the minor key. So take that in, play with it, let me know what you think, leave me a comment. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you at the next one. Thank you.